If you just walk across the links, you can see how dilapidated things look.
Manny, stay away from the road. Come on.
I sometimes bring my grandson here, so notice the railings on the far side are down on the roadside. Straight onto the road. That's all I'm worried about.
Yeah, but the keys getting pushed down because there's a path which comes over here. So a gate would be great and it would stop the fence getting kicked down. And then we could leave you to run all over.
Well, the one thing that's missing out that would take you to the park is the cycle path. There are no cycle paths in Leith Links. Those of us who use the park a lot would love to be able to access it from one side to the other through a cycle path, and one that would lead to the park.
I think that the proposals to upgrade, say, the footpaths, cycle routes, things like that, the play area, are all the things that should happen first, but they all need to happen with loads of involvement from the local community every step of the way.
Safety for me is a big angle because if my husband's away, I've got to bring him out to walk him. And in the winter time, it's dark at 4 o'clock.
Not very safe. No, it's quite dark. There's no lighting.
Kids, just teenagers, they hang around the park.
Hanging around the park.
At night time.
That when I walk through the park in the mornings, because I live at Lough End Road, and there's plenty of drunks, and it's kind of scary.
Smashing the glass on the ground around there, and that means that you have to be very careful when you let wee ones run around. A parkie would be good.
The cuts in the recreation department or in the parks department has been appalling. We should require less pen pushers and more people inserting a spade into the ground. There has to be an investment. It's probably the oldest recreational space in the whole of Great Britain.
Try and get rid of the dog's dirt, the dog's mess.
Great Dane, there aren't enough bins, no, and we being responsible owners do pick up. Not like a lot of them.
There's 2 bins in the whole of the park for rubbish, for dog litter. There's not enough. Right, come here, you up. If they want to charge people for not putting things in the bin, they have to provide the bins.
But not the ones that plastic that you can set on fire.
If you have a look around, there's not that as many signs as I would like to see around punishments, dog mess and tidy up after your dogs, etc, etc.
There's a lot. Wardens. There's a lot of people not picking up.
You don't see a warden? Not seen a warden here since.
Never seen a warden here.
Leith Links is one of Edinburgh's largest green areas, and it doesn't have any dedicated staff to look after it.
However, there is something very important that Leith Links needs.
One of the nice things about it is the old Leith Festival, but there's not a lot in the way of decent facilities.
Water and electricity would be extremely helpful, I dare say.
I don't think any of these difficulties are insurmountable. They just take time because of the bureaucratic clock that ticks in various places.
There should be toilets here. These are only toilets for the football ones, but there's no any toilets for the public.
And maybe a public loo, because there's precious few of them. The closest is at Scotmid.
And some of the trees need to be just maintained better than they are. I think it's about 40% of the green cover has been lost over the last few years from Leith Links. If you could do one thing now and the rest on a rolling programme, I would start with the infrastructure. It's all very well for planners sitting in Waverley Court, but it's much more important to ask the local people down here what they want, because we know what we want and we don't want to be told.